Salut YouTube and Happy New Year. I hope that all of you have had awesome holiday periods with your loved ones. Today I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an insight into my summer holidays that I've had back home here in New Zealand. Firstly, I wanted to answer some questions about what Christmas celebrations are like in the summertime. And then I'm going to share with you a video montage of some of my favorite sights that I saw on this trip back home. So what is it like to have Christmas in the summertime? Well, firstly, it's quite warm. So the average temperatures that you're looking at in the North Island at least are around 25 to 30 degrees, so it's nice and warm. It's not like Australia that gets super hot. We're talking 40, 45 degrees Celsius, bushfires, but we do get nice warm weather over here in New Zealand, especially in the North Island. One of the most magical things about Christmas in New Zealand are our beautiful native pahutakawa trees, because the pahutakawa trees are trees that bloom bright red or yellow flowers, but only in the summertime. And so we actually use these trees to predict how long or short our summer's going to be. If the pahutakawa tree blossoms nice and early, we're going to have a long hot summer. And if it blossoms quite late on, unfortunately, we're probably going to have quite a short summer. The weather in New Zealand can be pretty changeable. It can be quite a tropical climate. We do say that we can have up to 4 seasons in just one day, and that is so very true. So anyway, you're in New Zealand, it's the summertime, you've got the beautiful pahutakawa trees with their bright red flowers in bloom. So how do you prepare for Christmas itself? So usually in my family and in a lot of the other families that I know, you'll do a drive around on Christmas Eve to see all of the beautiful Christmas lights. We have some people that get really into their Christmas lighting. There's always a Christmas themed movie on at night. So usually your family will tuck in at night and watch that with some treats, maybe some popcorn or some chocolate. In some families, I'd say quite a lot of families, you are allowed to open one present before Christmas Day itself, and then you've got to prepare for Santa's arrival. So for example, my sister with my nephew, they made a special magical mixture of oats and glitter and random ingredients, and this was the special reindeer food recipe. And then we went out on the grass and we sprinkled that all over the grass so that it would attract the reindeer to the house. And then usually Santa gets either cookies, carrots, and usually a couple of bottles of beer to say thank you for stopping by. Of course, while the kids are sleeping, the parents eat the stuff or get rid of it or mess it up just to sort of prove that Santa has indeed visited. I think for Christmas Day itself, we still have sort of a hangover from the UK, where most of the colonies sort of originated from. So this means that you often put on Christmas carols, and the Christmas carols are singing about Frosty the Snowman and Let It Snow and all these things about how cold it is and how you're drinking hot chocolates inside. And it's kind of ridiculous because usually it's a really nice hot sunny day on Christmas Day in New Zealand. And usually first thing in the morning you begin unwrapping your presents. I think that New Zealand compared to France is still a lot more consumerist, I would say. You want the kids to wake up in the morning and there be a mountain of presents. They're not necessarily worth a lot of money, it's just about volume and having a lot of stuff to unwrap. And so we're usually opening the presents in the morning, and we usually have a really big long lunch. And so again, because a lot of people originated from the UK, we often make big hot roast meals for lunch in the middle of summer. So we'll have a big roast turkey with roast vegetables. But we have started to put a more summery twist on it as well, and have, for example, a leg of ham with some pineapple on it, or some nice grilled salmon or fresh fish, so something a little bit lighter as well as the chicken or the turkey. And then we tend to have a lot of salads with this. So we usually have all sorts of different salads, so maybe with some nice fresh beans or a nice cold potato salad. More people these days are moving towards just having a barbecue and not bothering with the big huge roast meal anymore as well. Then for the dessert, the absolute classic is to have the Kiwi Pavlova. And even though it was named after a Russian ballerina, it was actually invented in New Zealand, and that is basically a massive meringue, and you put nice fresh strawberries and kiwi fruit and cream on top of that. That's an absolute classic dessert in New Zealand. And then again, because it's summertime, you might have a nice fruit cheesecake or a trifle. There's all sorts of different desserts, but usually we try to keep it quite light and airy with a lot of fresh fruits and cream. What we often do, because a lot of people are living on the coast or they have holiday homes on the coast, is that it's very classic to spend Christmas on the beach. And so you'll go to the beach and you'll maybe take the kayaks, or you'll take your cricket bats and you'll play cricket on the beach. You'll throw a frisbee around, you'll kick a football around, or of course a rugby ball around. We spend a lot of time on the beach in New Zealand, and Christmas is definitely no exception to that. It's always beautiful if you can go for a swim on Christmas Day. If you guys have any more questions about summertime in New Zealand, Christmas time in New Zealand, don't hesitate to ask me down below. But for now, here's a montage of some of my favorite clips from my trip back home. Enjoy, and I'll see you next time. A bientôt!
Bye.